Just as I thought, the night was over for people like me and you, who are just innocent bystanders to the decisions made during draft night and all of the picks made. Just as I thought that this was the end of the night, that Zach Bond pick was the last thing we'd be seeing tonight, the New Orleans Saints definitely came out and surprised me this time. We traded up and drafted Adam Trautman at 105 in the third round of the draft, which was actually the last pick we traded up with the Vikings. So let's go over the trade first before I start talking about this player, Adam Trautman. As things currently stand, the Saints no longer have any picks in 2020. If it stands as is right now, their draft class is 24 Michigan center Cesar Ruiz, 74 Wisconsin linebacker Zach Bond, and 105 Dayton tight end Adam Trautman. We traded our 130th, 169th, 203rd, and 244th overall picks for Adam Trautman, which comes as a complete shock to me. But if the Saints did say that if they seen somebody that they liked come draft time, they will make a move to select that player. And apparently Adam Trautman fit the bill. The New Orleans Saints get a new weapon, another weapon for Drew Brees in a very interesting trade in which we gave away all of our draft picks on day 3 to acquire this tight end. I definitely see where that amount of draft capital is coming from just looking off of his statistics alone, but it's not only that gets me hyped about this player. It's his extremely big act of versatility. He has lined up in the slot as a wide receiver, at tight end, a wildcat quarterback. He has done so much over the past couple of years that it really just makes sense. This pick makes sense. I'm just not sure if the compensation is really right there. I'm not sure giving up 4 draft picks, all of our day 3 draft picks for Adam Trautman was a good decision. But I do know one thing. A lot of those players that we would have drafted tomorrow would not have even made the roster because of how legitimately stacked this team is and how good our depth is at so many positions that it would just make sense for Sean Payton, instead of getting a bunch of players that will have to fight for a roster spot, to trade all of it for an impact player right now. And Adam Trautman is that guy. For people that still say we need a wide receiver, I don't disagree. A wide receiver in the slot would be a great addition to this team to push it towards the boundary of winning a Super Bowl, but I think Traquan Smith will suffice as long as we got our number 2 wide receiver, which we did, in Emmanuel Sanders. I'm perfectly fine. By the way, Sean Payton was asked about Zach Bond, if he would play edge or linebacker. Sean Payton said linebacker. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go over some of Adam Trautman's stats to really emphasize how good of a tight end, keep that in mind, tight end, this player actually is. So, in 2019, Adam Trautman had 70 receptions for 916 yards and 14 touchdowns. That is an amazing stat line for someone that played for Dayton. Give Drew Brees a guy like this, man. That is some absolutely nasty stuff. He became an offensive weapon his first year on the field, lining up at tight end, in the slot, as a Wildcat QB, like I said, in 11 games. He started 7 times, had 24 receptions for 238 yards, a 9.9 average, and 3 touchdowns. In the next 2 seasons, Trautman decided to come into his own and led the Flyers in receiving and was named second team All-Conference in 2018. He had 43 receptions for 537 yards, a 12.5 average, 5 touchdowns, and in 2017, my bad. In 2018, he had 41 receptions for 604 yards, a 14.7 average, and 9 touchdowns. So every year he has gotten continuously better until he hit his senior year and had that breakout year with 916 yards and 14 touchdowns. I think a guy like this could complement the offense incredibly, become an amazing dual threat tight end with Jared Cook involved. This is really a huge piece to our offense, a huge, and I mean huge addition for a guy that can line up literally anywhere. He only ran a 4.8, but he is still an amazing pass catcher and someone that can line up in the slot as a big dude that will moss anything thrown his way. Here are his strengths. He is heavily targeted and highly productive. He presents a big target for a quarterback. He gets to top speed quickly for a big tight end. His frame and demeanor is that to fight through draping coverage. He stems defenders out of his route breaks and accelerates out of breaks. He uses his body positioning to create late catch space. He has toughness to consistently catch through contact. His ball adjustments come naturally to him. And he's a former hooper with timing to win high point catches. So this dude is really, 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 really big for an NFL tight end. He is, what is he? He's 6'5", 255 pounds with, oh my dear God. This dude is huge. I think he can make an immediate impact for this team and really become an amazing red zone target. Someone that Drew Brees is going to absolutely love. Drew Brees could not wish for anyone better in this situation than Adam Trautman. I really don't know what we would have used those 4 picks on tomorrow for, but do not rule out the potential possibility of the New Orleans Saints moving up into the 4th, 5th, or 6th, 7th round to get a player at some point, maybe a wide receiver or a depth corner. I'm not going to say we are going to do that because we don't really have draft capital to trade back in, but expect someone like Larry Warford and a round pick from next year to be packaged together to, bring ourselves back into the draft one last time. I was really excited to cover the draft tomorrow because I thought that we were going to have a ton to talk about. I was planning on making 4 videos, one for every single pick, but it's not happening now. We traded away all 4 2020 NFL draft picks for this guy right here. But like I said, he is something that Drew Brees is absolutely going to love. He's rated, his combine grade or his prospect grade is rated at a 6.27, which means that the NFL believes that he will become a starter within the next 2 years. I really think he fits in this role as a player that can come in, make some good contested catches, be a red zone threat or even a big threat sideline to sideline. He's big. He's not that slow. He has a little bit of wheels on him, even though he's pretty slow. But I think he can do a great job, and I think he'll be catching a lot of touchdowns from Drew Brees next year. I really think he will. So, how does this draft fare for us? We picked up 3 players that I think are really going to benefit the team. Adam Trautman, like I said, is going to be a fantastic red zone target, a big threat that can really get up and over defensive backs and make catches. He could probably bully a linebacker too. This dude is absolutely insane. 6'5", 255. Expect him to get a lot of targets. We drafted Zach Bond, who is going to be a starting linebacker for this team and someone that is going to make an immediate impact, especially with the amount of injuries we have going around in that linebacking core. And of course, we drafted Cesar Ruiz, who makes a lot more sense now that we progress through this draft and really, have time for these picks to marinate. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and watch Adam Trautman's highlights. I can't really put him in here for copyright reasons because my video will get insta-copyrighted. But this dude has some serious talent and will be a mainstay in this New Orleans Saints offense for the coming years. I can tell you that right now. If someone can overachieve and play extremely well in Dayton, where at some point 500 yards led their receiving core, he can do amazing with a coach like Sean Payton. Sean Payton seen nothing but raw, pure talent and the ability to succeed in this guy, and decided to put everything on the line and go for him. Adam Trautman, you got a lot of weight on your shoulders, bud. You really do. 4 draft picks were packaged together to move up and select you. You have to come and play like you're worth those 4 picks. I don't know how a player like Adam Trautman, who in my opinion is the closest thing to a complete full tight end in this year's NFL draft, was still available in the 3rd round for the New Orleans Saints to give up all those picks to trade up for. But I really hope that Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton made the right choice, and I really hope that this player right here, Adam Trautman, at pick 105, who was projected to go pick 41, does a good job, plays like he's supposed to play, and helps us win a championship down in New Orleans. I think that he could be, like I said, a fantastic big target for Drew Brees and someone that he's probably extremely excited to bring in. So Adam Trautman, everybody. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this draft pick. Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree with the moves we made? I'll definitely be paying attention to the New Orleans Saints tomorrow. There could be a possibility we trade up. I'm not betting on it. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't, but who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching today's second video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you boys in the next one, maybe not tomorrow. Adios.